What's up, gang? We're down here at the Aliante Casino on the edge of town here in Las Vegas, and we're going to test FSD 13.2.2. This is the latest version with the holiday update, and we're going to head down to the Bellagio. So far, I've got FSD started, and we're kind of sitting here waiting for it to take off. So I'll give it a little bit of time, see if it can figure this out and back out of this parking spot. And if not, I'll go ahead and nudge it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little nudge with the pedal. Just a tiny bit to get it moving, and then it started going. So that's something we'll have to report to the team. It might have just needed a little extra room to see. I'm not sure, but we'll see how future updates correct that. So we're gonna kind of do instead of just spending the entire trip on the strip today, we're gonna test how well it drives from the edge of Las Vegas all the way down to the downtown on the strip. Then we'll also head back down here. So any slow or boring bits, I'll try to fast forward, keep it interesting for you guys, but I also don't want to cut out too much. I want you to see exactly how the car behaves for everything. For this trip, I picked a route that's not just the highway. So we'll see if we'll get a little more city streets action. It says we have a U-turn up ahead, which doesn't really make sense. So it looks like we need to make a left turn here. But the navigation has us going through this light, making a U-turn, and then turning right. That might end up being quicker because we got the green light here, but I mean, that was planned a long time ago, so I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but we'll see how well it does here with this car. If it goes right away, we can get this. There we go. So perfect U-turn. And now we're making a right. So that turned out to speed things up for us a little bit there, but it was very strange. I can't imagine that that's what it did on purpose. I have a feeling that's just a quirk with the navigation. I'll have to try that again. Looks like there is somebody running across the street during a green light. Alright, the car's getting into the left lane now. We have a left turn up ahead to get onto the freeway. And handling that red light perfect. Okay, we need to go right here, and the car is handling that transition. And it looks like we missed our transition there, so we're going to have to reroute. Let's see what the car does. We did not get over in time, so the car did not plan ahead in its lanes to transition onto I-15 southbound. So it looks like we're going to have to get off here and then do a U-turn and get back on the freeway going southbound. Which I don't know why we should stay in the exit lane. See what the car does, if it puts us back into, yep. So it got us out of that exit lane, but then put us right back in. Alright, we're heading back onto the highway now. All of this could have been avoided if initially we took the rightmost left turn lane instead of the left turn lane. That would have positioned us perfectly to make that transition. But the car did recover. I am in standard mode for this entire trip. So far, this ride has been incredibly smooth. Perfect, just like I'm riding with the professional driver. And navigation looks like we have a little bit of traffic here. Okay, it feels like the car is trying to go around, and it is. Although we do have the Bellagio on the right, so looks like we'll be cutting in to some of these people up here. So we'll see if anybody lets us in. So yeah, this is a good example. We could have waited there for we could have waited in that line and secured our way to get into the Bellagio. But it looks like we're going to be able to get in. The car is really asserting itself in front of this car. So that was handled well. I'm in standard mode. I'm not sure I want that behavior in standard mode. Maybe I want that in hurry. I'm not sure. But it did a good job. It cut. It cut in line, but it did a good job. Okay, we're lagging behind here. We've got a green light. We've got a green light. And we need to watch these people. So I handled that really well. It's a little slower than I'd like coming through there. But it handled it really well. Okay, we've got a car stopping in front of us. We went around them really well. I'm going to go ahead and end our trip here and then get us to... So we're in the correct spot to not go through valet. So I like that. But I'm going to end our trip and take us back to the Aliante and see how well it handles this. See if we can get through this area without getting stuck in a taxi line. Take me to the Aliante Casino. Oh, it was about to pull us into valet. Okay, let's see if I can re-engage here once the cars start moving, and then maybe we won't try to pull into that valet lane. So I'm not really, that's a disengagement. I'm not really faulting the car. I wouldn't count that against FSD. It's just, it needs to eventually learn which lanes are valet, which are taxi only, and which are for vehicle drop off. And once we get the destination parking fully integrated, then we will probably see some options where we can pick, and then hopefully the system will learn based on each location. Okay, it's choosing the correct lane right now. To the right is a limo only. So we'll be pulling through this drive-through location. Perfect. Okay, doing a really good job on that left turn, keeping in the correct lane. I'll have to merge back over to the left a little bit, so I probably should have taken that leftmost lane to be safer, but we were able to get over in time. And we should have just went straight into that left turn lane instead of waiting so long. That's there was really no need for that, and if traffic was crazy right now, we could have got boxed out. The car's really assertive and good at getting itself into a lane it needs to be in. You saw that with us getting back into that right turn lane, but definitely don't need to create that kind of conflict when we don't need it. Good arc on that turn. The car in front of us cut into our lane during the turn, but it handled it safely. right, the car perfectly handled how to get onto the freeway. Well, there you have it. We started at the Aliante, drove down to the Bellagio, 30 minutes downtown, and then 30 minutes back down to the Aliante Casino. And really, really great performance with FSD 13.2.2. Let's do a recap. So initially we started in a parking spot to reverse out. All I did was press the button on the screen to start FSD, but we did have to nudge the vehicle after waiting about 30 seconds or a minute to get it to start reversing. From there, we had that interesting navigation where we skipped a left turn, and let's see, the car's slowing down a little bit there with nothing in front of us. We did skip a left turn, a red left, and did a U-turn and made a right. So I'm not sure if that is yeah, I'm not sure if that was to beat time or if that was to all right, we're getting over into valet parking only. So let's see what the car does here. Through traffic only. Okay. So it was pulling us into valet. So that's another situation where we had to disengage before the end of the trip just because the vehicle is pulling us into valet. But yeah, let's continue with the recap. We did have an issue where the vehicle didn't get into the correct left turn lane and did miss a transfer onto the highway. So we did not have to do any interventions or disengagements, but we did have to reroute in kind of an awkward way to get back onto the highway, go in the correct direction. Another thing was when we got to the Bellagio, just like you saw here, the vehicle tried to pass some vehicles that we were in the lane to go through the through lane at the entrance, and instead tried to pull into valet. So I had to disengage. I don't want to block up valet when I'm just driving through. Let's see. What else? Coming back, 0 interventions or disengagements until we got to our destination. And then again, like before, we just got ourselves into a valet situation. So anyways, great behavior. Love the drive. This drive shows that exactly how it's comfortable and smooth and easy the vehicle can handle all situations. Even if it messes up, it can reroute and correct itself. And this parking lot's full. Otherwise, I'd stop driving and talk to y'all. So I'll try to come back out with this version down on the strip, and we'll just test a bunch of different scenarios and try to give it a really tough test on the strip. This time I was just trying to show kind of like a normal trip what the car can do. And let's see if I can go test auto park on this version real quick, and then we'll call it a night. There's a spot right there, so we'll test that little tight spot. Auto park feels the same. It's very quick and comfortable. It's going to do a 3-pointer on this one, a little small 3-pointer, and shifting quick. So yeah, auto park feels good, and haven't had issues with auto park at all since V12, I believe. So perfect. All right, well, maybe I'll try to get out during the day next time and do a video on the strip and with this version. Otherwise, if I do get a new version, I'll do the same thing. I'll just try to get out there and do some more heavy traffic and difficult situations. But anyways, thanks for watching.